Hello, everybody, and welcome back to DETV, the mostly weekly show where we talk about dice, and Mina gets in the way as soon as she hears me start talking to people on the internet. They're very cute. Okay, so today we've got a drop, we've got a giveaway, we've got a bag pour, we've got news, we've got reactions, we've got all sorts of stuff. Before I jump into yesterday's newsletter and drop, let's talk about Halloween. I spent last night putting final touches on some Halloween decorations. Every year I do a big party at the house, and you can see a little sample here. That's the slime that I've been putting up everywhere because it's Ghostbusters theme this year. So I put a little bit of slime up here because normally I don't decorate this room at all because this is the room where the cats get stuck in, like locked in, while people are over because I just love my cats. I don't want them to get away and I don't trust people that much. So I don't decorate this room usually, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a bummer for the stream. So there's a sample. It's slime. It's awesome. I have some spare slime here. Just wanted to share this. I saw it online. Somebody else slimed their house, and they used plastic tablecloth, like from the dollar store. So you get a big sheet of this stuff. You can fold it over, and you just draw out slime pattern. And like when it's folded over, if you do like a slime, like a drip, like a double-sided drip down the middle, and then you cut it out, it gets two strips of drips. Which means you can get a lot out of a very little amount of plastic tablecloth, which is pretty weather durable so far. We had rain and wind this morning, and the slime is going strong. So you could probably do like red if you wanted like blood drips, or like black if you're like, oh, I really want to do like black pudding Halloween decorations or something. So yeah, it's a lot of fun and super cheap and easy, and a good way to like preserve your dollars for major impact so that you can spend those dollars on a life-size model of Slimer, which is also currently in my house. So anyway, moving on. I hope you guys are all like getting into the Halloween season feeling. I had soup yesterday also, so I'm right in it. Let's move on to yesterday's newsletter and take a look. Accursed Confections. So, speaking of Halloween, this week we dropped a brand new 10-piece set, basically like candy vomit, or like food coloring vomit, is what I see when I look at these. So, basically, like if you've had way too much sweets, you're like at a kid's birthday party and they've been passing around cupcakes and they've been passing around cake and ice cream, and it's just like a lot. Sometimes you can have a little bit too much, but the colors are so pretty. It's a great color combo. It swirls. It's got great contrasting colored inking, which is also nice. It's just like a dark purple in the inking, not just your typical like silver or gold, which we see a lot. So yeah, these are beautiful. Accursed Confections, and I think they also give off this like churny, sicky vibe, which is a lot of cool and very like seasonally appropriate. You've had just like too much candy this season, which I'm sure I'll be able to say after the 31st. Accursed Confections. Let's roll it. Let's take a look in the tray. Bum, bum, bum. It's a little blown out, but you can kind of see. Let's take a look at our chunky. So I want to show off these swirls. They're really, really swirly. Purple, light blue. That looks like a orangey pink, but it's a little bit more just pink in person. Once again, go to the website, look at Dylan's beautiful product photos, and you'll see the color accurate representation. But yeah, it's pinky, it's bluey, it's purpley, it's whitey, it's a swirl mix, ice cream, food coloring, all the flavors. It's like someone like left a Neapolitan ice cream pint out in the heat or something, and it got all melty. This one's got a lot more blue on it. And just as a note, I mean, the dice that you receive, like each set of these obviously aren't an exact match, so sometimes you get a die that's a lot more blue. and it's got some purple swirly in there. Let's see, this guy, our D20 is almost entirely white and pink. So it's a really cool combo and really cool to see them all together as a set. Yeah, look at that dark purple inking. I love that. We've done a lot more colored inking, like contrasting or complementing color inkings this year, and they're coming out really great. It's tricky sometimes to like think about. You have to like maintain contrast, make sure that it works, with the color vibe. But this is a great example of a very successful choice. So these are great. They're super sweet, maybe too sweet, and perfect for the candy eating season. We got a little Brockton there on our logo D6. So yeah, Accursed Confections. I don't remember why we named them Accursed Confections. Maria names them, so maybe she's here, so maybe she can remember and tell us. I'm going to read Maria's copy in the meantime. Accursed Confections, pomegranate seeds in the underworld, a cottage made of candy in the woods, a chocolate factory full of OSHA violations. Sometimes it's better not to eat the sweets. Some candy is forbidden for a reason. And once again, we have to beg, please, don't eat your dice. And I'll just reiterate that for everyone's sake. Please don't eat these. They look delicious. They're not for eating. They're for rolling. You should roll them. Okay. Let's go back to the newsletter to take a quick look. Accursed Confections. Oh, and what's very cool about Accursed Confections, okay, well, two things. First of all, 10% off your order all week this week if you use the code CLOYING when you place your order. That code will get you 10% off your whole order except for mystery products and the usual exclusions. But more excitingly, this style is also a style that we released in Pips. So if you want Pip D6, I can't think of like a cool sweet spell offhand that requires D6s, but if you have one and you want Pip D6 and you want them to be sweet and cute and candy and cotton candy and flavored and blah blah blah, Pip D6 are available. They're mini Pip D6. They're like they're 12 millimeters, so they're not standard 16 millimeter size. They're 12 millimeter size, so it's like a handful. Here's one. It's this size, so it's like a little guy. But you get a handful of these. I think it's 10 per pack. So yeah, if you love the colorway, and we're going to start doing this more often. I think this might be the second set. Oh, obviously, you guys remember In Queso Emergency. These guys are like, you guys know how like glitter gets everywhere if you work with glitter? Right now we're running a special in the office where if you spend $75 or more, you get these guys. It's 13 of these guys. It's a Halloween special because they're orange and spooky and glittery and awesome. You get these for free if you order $75 or more on the site right now, but these guys get everywhere. Like, so we have a whole bunch in the office because we're chucking them out to every 75 plus order, but that means that they're just ending up everywhere. So like I found this one while I was putting the stuff together today. He was just mixed in with like the historical record of sub boxes. He's just sitting there, just him. There's like the other 12 have completely disappeared. Probably gonna find one in like my shoe later. So that's fun. It's a very glitter like little die. And if you want these little guys, but in the Accursed Confections colorway, those are available. You'll just look for like our Pipsqueaks category or collection. If you find Pipsqueaks, I think it's in like Shop by Collection, you can find it there. And we have them in all sorts of styles and colorways, and we're going to start doing them more often to like reflect or match the 10 pieces that we're releasing. So that's fun. Okay, so now that we talked about our Accursed Pips, let's scroll down, see what we have. Oh, okay, cool. I also decided that because it's October and Halloween is the best, let's make some prestidigitals. Let's do some digital items that are candy themed because we got a real like strong candy vibe going this month. So this is Sugared Blight. It's a magic item, essentially a magic item for non-magic users. So Normally, Blight is like a spell you can cast, so I made an item that, as a non magic user, you can just have. And you have to convince someone to eat it, which is the fun part. But if they do, it's essentially like casting Blight. So that's number 1 of 3 that we have planned. It'll all come together in a candy bundle. And yeah, I'll be sending out the next one next Monday. And then the Monday after that, which will be the Monday before Halloween, which I'm very excited about. All right, so trick or treat mystery bag pour. Trick or treat mystery bag. Franken bag. I haven't actually done it yet, but I think we're gonna take the mystery out of trick or treat mystery bag for the rest of the month, because we've already blown through a ton of these since we released them in September, and a lot of people want to know what's inside, and it was like, well, it'd be fun to just show everybody. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna take the mystery nests off the site. I don't think we've actually done that yet, but I will remember to do that later today. But you guys are all here to see a pour, and the pour is gonna be more of a pluck and place, because there are some paper products in here that might get squished if I pour too violently. So yeah, let's get at it. So first of all, obviously on the outside, adorable Franken bag. Look at that little face. He's got a different color a different color fabric for the top of his head here, for the drawstring part. He's got little bolts, little silver embroidered bolts right here. This is embroidered stitch that represents, you know, maybe where he had a little bit of a surgery. Very cute, stitched mouth, and then eyes that remind me of Face, I think it was, from Nick Jr. Yeah, so he's super cute. We love him so much, and he holds a ton of dice, which is very important in your dice bag. Let's take a look at what's inside. All right, so like I said, it's gonna be pluck in place because we got some paper products. I'll get those out of the way. We'll go through those first, and then we'll do a pour. Okay, so temporary tattoo. We started doing these this year, and they're just fun. They're just fun to make. They're fun to conceptualize. They're fun to draw, and they're fun to get into the office and then stick all over each other, which is what we end up doing. So the concept for this, somebody in the office, I think it might have been Maria, was like, well, we have a Franken bag. Let's do a costume, essentially like a costume accessory where, like, you could, if you want to look like you're stitched together, like your Frankenstein thing, character, monster, whatever, stitches. So I went to the literal drawing board and I drew like a big, like, you know, stitched, like a stitched gash or whatever. And I was like, this is a good idea, like practically, for someone to dress up their costume, but it's so boring to draw because it's just lines. So I got bored while drawing and went completely off topic and was like, well, what if there was a die, D20, like a chunky, like stuffed into the gap, and then the stitches went over that. So everything that you see here that's white ends up transparent. I wonder if I could separate it actually. Ends up transparent so that you just are left with the stitches, and there's like a little bit of blood on the ends of the stitches, and there's like supposed to be a chunky D20 poking through. And I did this in like, I don't know, I like had a fever or something, and I just like muscled through it. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute, wouldn't it be awesome if it also was an eyeball? So there's also a pupil on it for no good reason. Pupil and an iris, and it's a green chonky, and it's just like trying to get out. I don't know. It looks pretty cool. Joni put one on in the office to prove that it worked, which we always do. We want to test these things before we send them out, and it works great. So you can put it anywhere. You can put it like on your head, like if you want like a chunky D20 third eye. That'd be a lot of fun. On your neck, you know. Anyway, that was fun to make, fun to draw. Let's see. Oh, I just dropped a card. So that's the temporary tattoo. Plus instructions, because they also kind of look like stickers if you don't know what they are. So we included an instruction thing that's like, hey, I'm a temporary tattoo. You remember me from when you were 7? All right, so then we have, this has become a staple. This is a Dylan staple, stickers. It's usually Brockton in various forms of costume and or personality. And this year, included in the Franken bag, trick or treat bag, is a Little Witch Brockton with, by the way, let me just, oh, wrong one. Get a zoom on this. He's got a little black cat familiar with him. He's adorable. He's wearing a little witch hat. We tried to name him like a Fell Brockton or something, but the mix really is just rough. So he's our Little Witch Brockton is what we ended up with. But he's super cute, and he's a full-size sticker, and he'll probably eventually also be available on the website, but maybe not until spooky season next year. And then we have cute Brockton face jack-o'-lantern. The Brockton stickers just sort of become like, idea, make it a stick, like idea, make it a Brockton, idea, make it a Brockton. And this is one of those. It was like, what's Halloween? What's spooky? Oh, pumpkins, obviously. Bats. It's frickin' bats. And then our little Brockton face. So it's carved out. It's there. And like, you kind of have to know who Brockton is to recognize the face. But what's important is that it's pumpkin-y, it's Halloween-y, it's spooky, and it's in the trick-or-treat bag. All right, let me just scan the Brockton. Oh, we should do an Brockton. We should make a note. Brockton would be awesome. Okay. Next paper product is a card. Excuse me. It's a stat card. It's a stat block. Da-da-da. For Sugar Beasties. Who are Sugar Beasties? They're these little guys. Little caramel colored. They're swarm, right? Yeah, medium swarm of tiny beasts. Unaligned. Whole stat block card. They have really cool actions and things they can do, and we're gonna pull them out. And oh, so the whole reason this came about is because here's the box for the Sugar Beasties. Obviously, this is a play on Sugar Babies, which I think is a subproduct of Sugar Daddies, but that part's not important. Sugar Babies are little caramel like spheres that you can get. They're caramel, they're chewy, they're delicious. You used to be able to get them at movie theaters. I don't know if you can still, but these are Sugar Beasties, and they're D6. Let me open it up so we can see. Pop it open, and caramel colored D6 with white pips. I'm gonna pour them out here. They are Sugar Beasties. Dun, dun, dun. This was a lot of fun. This came about because we did Criddles last year in the Halloween bag, and anyone who got their Halloween bag last year remembers. It's a play on Skittles, clearly. Little red bag, tear it open, and there's a candy Skittles colored set, 7-piece set of dice. Those were a hit. We sold them on the website this year just by themselves, and Sugar Beasties are the continuation of that idea, that theme. So what are we gonna do next year? We have no idea. There's been a lot of suggestions on the group office chat. We've talked about it in the office, and we will definitely make a decision at some point, but it might be in summer of next year. We'll see. But yeah, these are Sugar Beasties. They're very happy. They're very cute. Well, they're mostly happy. I think there's one angry one. Oh yeah, that one's kind of psycho. That's the one. Oh, that was the one that represents Mina, the psycho. So yeah, they got a full card. You got attacks. You've got actions. They have something cool. Oh yeah, candy coated charm. They charm you so that you have to get close to them, and they can get close to you, and then they attack you. They're pretty great. So those are in there. All right, and now we're left with dice, but honestly, I'm gonna keep plucking, and then we'll put it all back in, and then we'll pour it all back out, so it's officially a pour. But I want to pluck because I've got like match sets in here, and I don't really want to like lose track of what I've shown off. I don't want it to be a big mess. All right, so first out of the I guess second, because there's 66 there, but first in the standard sets is a standard set of Halloween-y black and orange dice, polymer dice. It's a swirl of black and orange with neon green inking. These are super fun. They're very Halloween coded. They're really really fun. They're just like, they remind me a lot of our Strange and Unusual set, which is purple and black. It's a sort of a different technique, a different kind of swirl, but with the bright green ink, it's got the same like creepy, weird, fun vibe. So that's this set. It's a standard 7-piece set. Da-da-da. Black and orange. It's like, it's just, that's it. That's Halloween. What else do you need? It's like, it kind of looks like if you were like, I'm going to make a cake for my Halloween party. This is what your frosting situation might end up looking like. So those are fun. Goblin green inking. Again, with the colored inkings. Very happy with those this year. Let's take a look at the second standard 7-piece set that is included in the trick or treat bag. This one might be my favorite set in a while. All right, this one is, it's like sherbet looking. I think I described it in a newsletter or something as like sugar plum sherbet or something. It's got glittery, but glitter, micro glitter, but it's not like throughout where it is throughout, but some of it gets blocked by this opaque, creamy, and I don't know if you can tell in the stream, but it's got a shade of blue, that opaqueness. So it just looks like ice cream, grape soda, sugar meltdown. It's really cool. It's really pretty to look at. And then again, this purple inking, which actually, I'm gonna compare it now to our Accursed Confections dice. It's close. It's a little bit brighter than the Accursed Confections purple inking. You won't be able to tell if I hold it up, but it's a little bit brighter than that. The Accursed Confections is a little bit darker. So that's what you get. It's candy. It's sweet. It's amazing. Let's take a look at some more. Here's the 6. So you get this like big area of translucent, glittery, shimmery purple. And the purple is like, it's like a pink purple. And then the contrast here with this creamy blue, vaguely purpley shaded, I don't know, it just looks like, oh, you know what I called it? Grimace milkshake. You guys remember the Grimace milkshakes? That's what this reminds me of. I never actually had a Grimace milkshake, so I don't know if it's the right shade, but it's just like, it's super sweet, but also kind of like threatening. So it definitely fits the candy vibes we were going for Halloween. We got it, done in our mold. Both of these are done in our mold, so you get the Dice Envy official font, which I guess technically would make this a signature set, but it's not a full signature set because it doesn't come with its own chunky and infinity. But you still get the Dice Envy font, and that the glitter that we ended up with, that micro glitter, is just so pretty, and I really like the contrast between it and the translucent purple and the opaque blue. These are super, super pretty. I really love these, and I want to remember them for the future so that we can do more dice like that. But those are exclusive to the Trick or Treat bag and can only be found within this Franken bag. All right, so next. Now this is a standard set, except for it's not, because it's tiny. Look at it. It's a 7-piece metal set. It's blood splattered, like charcoal, or no, gunmetal. I think that's what people call it. Gunmetal gray metal set. It's tiny. It fits in the palm of your hand, the whole set. Fun to roll. White inking, splattered with blood. The splattered with blood is the Halloween tie-in, obviously. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. They're very horror movie. Also great contrast. I mean, these are definitely easy to read with the white ink, but then splattered with blood. Not actual blood. It's red paint, but they look like they're splattered with blood. They're very Halloweeny, very fun, very spooky, and yeah, these are great. Another set that I kind of wish we had is like a full-on like 8-piece metal set, but maybe that's too threatening. We'll see about next year. But yeah, this is so cool, so much fun. And speaking of splatter, our next item in the bag is an insane version of of what you might think of when you think of splatter. It is chunky D20. It's right here. I'll put it in the camera, but we'll come up close. The goal behind this chunky, the design choices were made because we wanted it to be a jawbreaker chunky, and it totally works on a lot of them. Again, there's a lot of variety from die to die. You don't get the exact same result every time, so some of them are like splatter overkill, like I think one side of the one I have is, and then more of some of them are like, you know, a little bit more moderate splatter. But either way, it's colored, just colored everywhere splatter. Its primary color is red, green, yellow, blue, I think. We gave Pantones for all the colors you might find in a jawbreaker, and it's just nonsense. But yeah, the goal was jawbreaker, and I think we freaking nailed it. Like, this just looks, the only way that this could be more like a jawbreaker is if it was like a big, like 55 millimeter. But yeah, the effect is very good, and just a lot of fun to throw around and look at. It's insane. It also reminds me of like clowns, which can be very Halloween-y. I feel like carnival has been like a thing lately. So yeah, that's our big jawbreaker chunky D20. He's super cool, and he's in our trick-or-treat bag this year. All right, and finally, last but definitely not least, oh no, I don't think I can actually appropriately show these off, which is a bummer. I wonder if I can. Maybe we'll try. It's for Infinity D4. I'm gonna roll them over here in the corner. It's for Infinity D4. You're like, that's not a big deal, Rachel. That's not a big deal. But look at these. First of all, big deal because these colors, blue and green, are just like melding into each other. And most importantly, they're freaking glow in the dark. So we have glow in the, oh, here's this one's got a lot more blue in it, so you can see the blue that comes in there. They're glow in the dark. I'm gonna see if I can get them to like go glow in the darky. Probably won't be able to because I do this stream in front of a window and the light's on, but let's just see if we can get like any small reaction here from it. Oh, maybe I could put it in my hand and then hold it up to the light. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's just try to charge it up real quick. See if we get a reaction on camera. Meantime, I'll check chat. Glow in the dark. Yes, Rivers. They are glow in the dark. They are awesome. They don't come with a card that tells everybody they're glow in the dark, so you just kind of have to figure it out. But that's what this is for. That's why we're doing the treat bag pour, the unveiling, so that people can find out. All right, let's see if we can get a reaction out of these. No, there's no way. Oh, you can kind of see a slight glimmer there. I promise these work really well. I just didn't think this through. I should have set up a situation where we could show these off, but they're really, really cool. They go bright, bright, bright. There's nothing, like there's no inclusions getting in the way. Sometimes if you have like glow in the dark dice and there's like a ton of glitter in there, then like when they go to glow in the dark, they're kind of hard to see. Like the glowy and the glitter, you know, compete with each other, so the numbers can get kind of hard to read. These are the opposite. This is just glow in the dark material. It's blue and green glow in the dark material, and then black inking. So if you actually do charge these up and you use them in the dark, like you can read the numbers. It shows really well. So these are awesome. Comes with 4 of them. Like I said, blue and green, which is cool. Very nice colors. And yeah, I think that's it. So we call it in the office tot bag for short, because when you have to talk about something a lot, then it kind of gets tongue-tied to say trick-or-treat bag or trick-or-treat mystery bag over and over. So tot bag. So that's our tot bag pour. Our Franken bag is now empty, and I'm gonna pour everything in, and I am gonna do an actual pour here of the dice, just to say that it was a pour, because I feel bad because I called it a pour on all the ads for this, and then I'm not actually pouring. That's got to be illegal somewhere, right? In some countries. So we'll just fix that real quick. Plus, you know, the audio is always fun of a actual dice pour. So we'll take these out, shake it up. Oh, that's the good stuff. And we'll pour it out. Yeah. Oh, I lost one. It was a mini. He's okay. So yeah, that's the trick-or-treat bag. That's the reveal. Like I said, we're going to de-mystery them on the website now. Which means also that any codes that you have, which we'll talk about in a minute, will also work on these bags now, because our mystery products are usually so discounted that we don't do discount codes on them, because we don't want to double up on the discount, because it's just bad business and we would go out of business and it would be very sad. So normally mystery products are not discountable, but now that he's not a mystery anymore, he is. So you can take your cloying code that you got from the newsletter yesterday and apply for a 10% off, or wait around and we're going to have an opportunity here for someone to win a full trick-or-treat mystery bag. Not this one that hasn't been handled by me for the last 30 minutes, a brand new one. You're going to be able to win a free one. And we're going to do that by doing our usual. You're going to give me a word in the chat that I'll tell you in just a minute. Maria's going to help me count because she's a gem. And then I'm going to roll for who the winner is, and then we'll count and we'll get the winner. All right, so the word is going to be monster, to celebrate our Frankenstein monster. So if you want a chance at a free trick-or-treat bag, type monster in the chat right now, and we will get a count in a minute, and then we will roll for the winner. In the meantime, I'm going to get all these dice out of the way so that we can roll for the winner and see who gets a brand new trick-or-treat bag. Dun, 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 dun. We are only giving away one of these today, so you will be extra rare and lucky if you get it. But for the rest of you, don't go anywhere after the roll, because I have a treat for the rest of you as well. All right, should I roll the Jawbreaker? Is it too big? Is it threatening? Let's roll Accursed Confections. How about that? Accursed Confections feels appropriate, delicious, sweet. And all right, okay, let's take a look at the chat. Welcome Jonesy Joe. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, there are only treats and no tricks, Glitchy Jen. You're correct. There's only treats in here, no tricks. If there's tricks, it's from the Sugar Beasties after you play with them on the table. If you're the DM, you're welcome to have them do as many tricks as you like. Okay, so monster count is 16 at Legendaric. Great. Oh, we already decided we're going to roll our chunky Accursed Confections. So 1 through 16 will determine a winner. If it's 17 or higher, we will re-roll and then determine a winner. All right, here we go. Lucky trick-or-treat bag winner is dun, 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 number 4. All right, let's scroll up in the chat, see who number 4 was. Looks like we're starting with K-Kong. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rivers Oblivion. You are our winner. Congratulations. Free trick-or-treat bag. Rivers, you know the drill. Email me hello@diceenvy.com or rach@diceenvy.com, and I will get this sent to you. Not this one, like I said, I'll get a brand new one sent to you. But congratulations, Rivers. For the rest of you, I got permission from Maria to have a bonus set aside for you all. And it's a code that I've conveniently forgotten, so I'm just looking for my opera window for it now so I can tell you exactly what it is and not screw it up. Maria might also know and be able to type in the chat, but I'll take a second to go try to find it. Here we go. DETV. Is that right? TOT? Maria, I'm typing in the chat. Maria's going to double check that that's correct. That code, thank you. Thank you, Maria. That code, DETVTOT, if you purchase a trick-or-treat bag with that code, anytime between now and midnight Pacific time on October 31st, which hopefully you guys will all be out trick-or-treating and not bothering with this, or partying in your costumes, also fun. If you use that code with the purchase of a trick-or-treat bag, you can also put into your cart 2 single Pixel, Skull, Vanilla Goth, Infinity D4s. These Infinity D4s were actually present in last year's Halloween bag, which is a lot of fun. They're very thematic, they're scully, they're cute, they're spooky, and you can get 2 for free if you use that code. You do have to add them to your cart along with the trick-or-treat bag. That's just so that the website can recognize it and be like, oh yeah, you get that for free. So put both things, or all 3 things technically, 2 single Infinity D4s and a trick-or-treat bag in your cart. Put in the code DETVTOT, exclusive just for you guys in chat, and you can get those infinities for free. So if you haven't gotten your trick-or-treat bag yet, then this is a good time. Yeah, I think that's it for the pour. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. We'll probably do similar things every year for the trick-or-treat bags. They're fun to fill, they're fun to unfill, so we'll keep it up. Okay, I'm gonna go to my list here. Okay, so that's it for the giveaway. A couple just loose comments before we head out back into the world. Critical Role Season 4, I got to finish the 2nd episode yesterday. I will always try to avoid any spoilers on this stream in case any of you are unable to watch it on time but are still watching it, which is me because it comes out on Friday and I never get around to it till Monday. But yesterday's episode was amazing. It was very, very good. It was a lot less character introductions and more now like exploring like who these people are and in relationship to each other too. And are you starting to see sort of like this splitting off? I think it's common knowledge. It's like a Western marches style campaign. So there's like separate things going on separately. It's definitely not a don't split the party situation. So you can sort of start to see the groups that are being separated into their groups. So that's a lot of fun to actually watch. I have not played a Western Marches style campaign before, so it's really cool to actually just see it. Is there any chance, sorry, I said question, Halloween burlap bags will be restocked? Oh no, sorry, we just sold out of those. Angel 81, Maria, do you know if they're like gone? Because sometimes we have like one lingering around the office. You're not at the office, so you can't check. Angel 81, I make 0 promises, but if you write me at rach@diceenvy.com if you're really interested in one, I can check the office and see if sometimes we have like one safety stock laying around, so we can check. Just give me an email. I'll shoot me an email so I remember, and I'll check the office tomorrow when I'm in it. So back to Critical Role. It was great. I think Tior is maybe my favorite. It doesn't hurt that he's a lion. That's pretty cool. I still haven't heard about Tusklove and Maria because we just haven't hit each other in the office yet. But I am looking forward to hearing about that. And, oh yeah, so I was wondering, like, is the character, what's her name, Thimble, going to make me cry every episode? Is that the plan? Is she going to make me tear up every episode? Because so far, it has been consistent. I am having a really hard time not falling completely, like, emotionally invested into her little, emphasis on little saga. So that's been a lot of fun. Like, sad fun. I don't know. It's a weird experience. I really like it. The ending to, episode 2, the ending was insane. And Brandon Lee Mulligan is doing a really great job of cliffhangers. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep coming back. I was told that there were 72 at least episodes last season, so we'll see how long I can keep coming back, how long I can make the time for it. But so far, it's amazing, and I highly recommend it. Even if you're never have watched an actual play before, like me, it's a great introduction and really, really engaging. It's awesome. And lastly, but not leastly, a little bit of positive news coming out of California. I think as of last Thursday, there was a bill passed, and that bill has made it illegal, except for in extreme medical like situations. It's made it illegal to declaw your cats, which I just wanted to share with the world because it's very good news for cats. For those of you who don't know, maybe don't have cats, declawing your cats can lead to some serious emotional and uh, instinctual like complications and problems. It can also it's a surgery. It takes off like the first knuckle of your finger essentially from the cats. So it's really great. I wrote down the name of the bill because I wanted to celebrate it. It was Bill AB 867, issued by Assemblymaker Alex Lee, who I know nothing about, but I'm very happy that we're seeing some progress here for animal rights in this country. So, yeah, the kittens are very happy about that. We all celebrated together, and I just wanted to share the good news with you guys. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for joining. Remember to use your chat only DETVTOT code if you want these awesome pixel skull D4s with your top bag trick or treat bag purchase, and also code cloying to remind you if you want something else from the site will be 10% off all week. So I think that's it. You guys have a wonderful, spooky, comforting, warm, even though it's raining outside, kind of week. And I look forward to seeing you all next Tuesday. All right, everyone, stay hydrated, stay safe. I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.